You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 403 for Sunday the 3rd of April 2022.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jane.
Hello there, Michelle. Are you all thawed out? Because I know we're in April and therefore it's springtime, but the UK hasn't been very spring weather, has it really?
Oh my word. We are actually rarely recording today on the day of release, the Sunday, and we'll allude to reasons why shortly. But when was it? Thursday morning, I woke up and there was like a foot of snow outside my house, and it was like, man, someone needs to tell this place it's April. You know what I mean? It was so weird. It was the first time that I wasn't able to get to work this year because of the weather, and we delayed opening an hour, and I eventually got there, but it was so cold.
It was a weird day weather-wise, though, because you'd posted on Facebook that you were kind of snowed in, so I did send you a bit of a cheeky photo from my back garden, and I literally had like an icing, icing sugar dusting of snow at that point. And then the sun came out and it was beautiful and one thing and another. I literally put my coat on and my boots on to go down to my local supermarket, turned around, it was grey, and I had a proper snowstorm happening. I'm thinking, when did that happen? Literally, I turned around. It went from blue skies and sunshine without a word of a lie to grey, dismal, and I couldn't see a hand in front of me.
Yeah. We literally had 4 seasons in one day.
Oh my goodness, I walked around the supermarket. I was in there 10 minutes. I don't like supermarket shopping at the best of times. I'm in and out. I'm organised. I got back to my car. The snow was stopped and I got blue skies and sunshine again. And that was it the rest of the day. Constantly off and on, off and on. Weird weather. Weird.
I know. By the end of the day, I was like, I'm a bit warm in my jumper. I really wish I hadn't worn my jumper now. It's a bit warm. And then a bit later on, it's like, it's so cold. Let's put the fire on. We can't afford to put the fire on because the gas prices have gone through the roof. Let's go put a pair of socks and a hoodie on.
Yeah, definitely. It's weird times we're living in at the moment, isn't it?
I know. It's cheaper to literally go on holiday than stay at home and heat your own house. And I must admit, it got me tickled last night with this little cartoon meme I saw of someone calling for a breakdown service because it was cheaper to use their breakdown service than actually fill their car up.
Crazy times.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, well, we have got a busy show ahead. Mm-hmm. As Jane alluded, we are in, oh my word, April. Time has vanished, and we are a little bit later recording than usual, and there is a rationale when we can't get together, and I know I don't want to upset you and mention it, but I do want to officially pass on my condolences on the air because obviously very sadly, very tragically, your dad passed away last weekend, so we're all very sorry.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, it was rather unexpected, so it was not the best of weeks, but onwards and upwards we go. But thank you so much.
Well, sending our love to you and the family, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all real soon and bringing you some things to sort of bring a smile to your face. And I believe your delightful children treat you on Mother's Day.
They did. They were very lovely. I have a little my guilty pleasure because everybody knows I'm a low carb keto sort of girl. I don't really indulge too much in the way of sweet treats unless it's 90% dark chocolate. That tends to be my go-to. But my little guilty pleasure, and it's something we don't get here in the UK, is the Milky Way Midnight Edition chocolate bar, candy bar. So my children bought me a box of 12. I bought a box. Well, the thing is, Michelle, I bought myself a box of 6. When we went into lockdown many moons ago, back in 2020, and we were all depressed as whatever, I bought myself a box of 6. That was going to be my treat to get me through. They lasted me so long that they'd actually expired by the time I came to eat the last couple. Not that chocolate goes off. Didn't stop me eating them, don't get me wrong. So now I have a box of 12 to do the same with. So I think if you're passing my door and you're going to bring me something equally as sweet, I'm hoping, from a certain destination that's south of this country, then I may repay you with one of my Milky Way Midnight editions.
Yay! Yay! I am sure I will make a trip either on the way to DLP, on the way back from DLP, or both for a coffee, a cuddle, a hug, and a little bit of a chin wag because as recording today, it is what? I'm going on the 19th, so that's 16 days to DLP.
Countdown time.
I know, I'm very excited about it all, and there's so many things really starting to rev up in the world of Disney where pictures have been sort of splashed all over our social medias this week of people hugging characters again.
I know, and it's so lovely to see because we've had it a little while, haven't we, now in DLP? But more exciting is the news coming out of the old US of A.
Yes, and also cruise lines.
Yes, of course, forget that, yeah.
But where there is all that positivity and all that wonderment, there are also those people that are like, do you know what? Disney's for the kids. And I'm sorry, hello there. It's not just for the kids.
No.
I am sorry. Everybody has the ability, the right to go to Disney and be able to explore and enjoy regardless of age, regardless of any appearance choices, well, apart from where they're wearing those Rudy-doody outfits that reveal too much flesh, but regardless of anything, that you can go and it's a safe place for you to be in your bubble and enjoy. And it just happens to be this morning there's a bit of a crush to get a ADR at a particular much loved eatery, and someone's quite, I think, quite meanly put, I hope it's only families that are being allowed to book at this restaurant because I don't think it's fair that adult only should be able to go to character dining. And it's like, shut up.
No. I'm sorry, but if you're paying your money, you're paying your money. And at the end of the day, Disney aren't going to be overtly fussed who's paying the money as long as they're getting it coming through the door. But why should it be exclusive to just families? No, that's discrimination at the end of the day. It's like you say, at the end of the day, Disney's for all ages and you can enjoy it to whatever extent you like. You're more of a character meet and greet girl than I am. So, it wouldn't particularly knock my socks off, but I know how much you would love something like that. So you should be allowed to go and do whatever, enjoy Disney however you choose to. And likewise, I should as well.
Absolutely. Talking of indulgences, I just had to squeeze this in. Coach have released a set of amazing Mickey, Minnie and Friends items, and oh my word. Now, we're very fortunate we can get them on the UK Disney site and we can get them on the American Disney site if we want to rob a bank or sell a kidney to do so.
I was going to say, I'm doubting your choice of the word fortunate, Michelle, there, because you'd have to have a small fortune to actually buy these things.
Yeah, like $600 for the handbags. There is, I'm in love with the hoodie. I really love the hoodie, and out of everything, I would love the hoodie. It's $295, so there's no chance of that happening. And it's got the Coach print with Mickey Mouse on the front, the red and yellow stripes on the sleeves. I would literally never take this item off because it looks amazing, and I think I'd probably get more use out of it than the purse, although it is super cute. I just hope these items are in the outlet when I'm there in August, because I'll be buying one or two pieces myself, but I'm not going to be paying full price.
No, they are a little bit like, oh, that's lovely. Ouch! When you look at these things, aren't they? Very nice, but yeah, too pricey.
Too pricey. And another place I'm gonna eventually get to this summer is Walt Disney World, and we have had some sneaky peeks by those good old Disney people about the Connections cafe and eatery coming to Epcot.
Yeah, this is kind of replacing the electric umbrella.
Oh, I loved the electric umbrella, but it was one of those places that sort of reminded me of an 80s nightclub where your feet stuck to the carpet.
Yeah, ye old sticky floor. Yeah, we actually have a nightclub that we used to attend quite regularly in the 80s that was renowned for its sticky floor here. It was a wooden floor, and when they replaced it, they actually sold pieces of the wooden floor as memorabilia, and they all went.
Yeah, I've seen similar things being done with football grounds, selling off a bit of a turf and seating and things like that. But there's quite an arrangement with the burgers, and they've gone quite eclectic with the burgers because we've got French, we've got Southwestern, American classic, banh mi, chicken, and a Mediterranean one, Jane.
Yeah, no, I mean they all look from the pictures rather tasty, and yeah, a nice mixture of different bits and pieces for you to try.
Not bad price points as well, because between $11 and $13 you can pick yourself up a really tasty burger.
Yeah, not too bad.
Some
Couple of
pizzas.
nice, yeah, yeah, meatball pizza looks quite interesting with proper big meatballs on it.
Well, I was thinking you was going to say something with regards to the General Tso's chicken salad, because that for me sounds really fresh.
It does actually. I mean, the nice thing is, and this is something that I've always had a bit of a beef about. That's the wrong word. Um, with Disneyland Paris and their offerings of salads that we kind of, purchased, did we not, when we were there a few years ago, and they're very bland and they're very much the same one no matter where you go. Whereas actually they've got the niçoise and they've got the General Tso chicken salad, and they both look really tasty and different, not just a bowl of green. There's something about them.
Yeah, the chicken one for me just sounds perfect. At $11.49, you've got warm fried chicken, crispy wontons, edamame, mandarin orange, some broccoli slaw, some peppers, some kale, and it says it's a small variety of kale. So that sounds, interesting anyway, because kale can be quite a heavy green.
Challenging.
Yeah, and all sorts of weird stuff happening with pizza. Yeah, curry spice pizza above all things, and that's plant-based.
Yeah, I must admit, I kind of the meatball pizza I get because it's pizza and it's got meatballs and there's nice big chunky meatballs on. I mean, I'm not a pizza girl anymore, but I read the curry spice pizza and it didn't do it for me at all. Carrots, potato, peas, and lime yogurt with it. Yeah, I like the phrase. Puts a new plant-based twist on the classic pizza. And I'm thinking, nah.
But let's just talk about what people are actually going to be going here for, Jane.
What's that then?
The brioche dough waffle, pearl sugar, strawberries, whipped cream, and chocolate sauce for $5.29.
Not bad price point, that one.
And there's also a couple of really tasty milkshakes I've noticed. Apple pie gelato shake and mango coconut.
Yeah, I'm guessing that apple pie might be rather sweet.
I'm feeling the mango one. It's got a pomegranate molasses drizzle on top, and I feel that I just love the mango texture, the feel of it. It's really slushy, really tart, but really sweet, but not overly sweet.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think that one would be quite refreshing to drink almost, but I think the apple pie kind of sounds a bit like you get about a quarter way into it, you think, why?
Well, I'd be saying where's cheese? I want some Wensleydale with me apple pie. Anyway, that's enough of my Yorkshireisms. So yeah, that's basically all I've been able to find of interest really in the news this week. I know there's been bits and pieces going on with regards to the political side of things, but this is a Disney fan podcast, and I don't think either of us want to go into the politics, and I know we both have our very strong views on certain elements of this, but we'll keep that off the air, I think.
Yeah, I think there's enough being said, to be fair.
Yeah, so let's move on to a little bit of a feature that we thought up for this week's show, and it's Dino Land Challenge for me, isn't it, Jane?
Well, yeah, now, me and you, I think we were quite big fans of Primeval World, weren't we?
We're the two fans who liked it. Nobody else seemed to.
What can I say? And I'm gutted that I didn't get to have a go at it one last time. But yeah, now they've taken it out. They've got rid of it all. And now we have some seating area. Feels a bit like a waste of space to me, Michelle. Surely to goodness, they need to repurpose this land and bring something to it. It doesn't necessarily have to be dino, I don't presume, but it could be something dino related. So come on, what are we going to put in this empty piece of land other than tables and chairs?
Well, I've got 3 treatments that I want to put forth for an attraction for this part of the park, because for me, Animal Kingdom has got the amazing Everest, but let's be honest, it's closed at the moment. It's having its little bit of a refurb done to it. It's also got Flight of the Avatar and the Boring Boat Ride and Cali River Rapids. Apart from really indulging in the animal side and doing the safari and dinosaur and the shows, it needs a big hitter. It needs something. So I've come up with 3 different items that are all of a different thrill level.
Right, okay.
So the first one is based on Hong Kong Disneyland's Mystic Manor.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think this ride technology, the trackless dark ride, would work really well.
Seems to be the way we're going, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think it's going to be quite suitable for a lot of families. It's going to eat up a lot of capacity because although it's a 6-minute ride, it can get through about 1,500 people an hour.
Constant loader, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really good. It's not it's been over in Hong Kong Disneyland since 2013. And it's based on the Society of Explorers and Adventurers with the Henry Mystic and his monkey Albert. And there's an enchanted music box that gets opened and then artifacts in the house come to life and then the music box closes. And I think how well would that marry into the backstory with Everest of explorers and immersive storytelling. And I'm sure the slant could be slightly different, so it isn't Mystic Manor completely identical, but it could be somebody that perhaps owns the tea company that is part of Expedition Everest, and that this is his stately home, and perhaps it's not a monkey, it's another animal, because they can then sell more plush of this animal, and then the music box plays a different tune, and again they can send more of these music boxes. And yes, please, to Danny Elfman doing the soundtrack like he's done over in Hong Kong.
No, I kind of like that idea, and I can see the connection between, because we're kind of like the next land over, aren't we? So it would kind of tie in quite nicely to that. And I say you've got a story already there that's about expeditions anyway, isn't it? Kind of. So yeah, easily sort of a take out of one place, drop it into another, but then retheme it and restoryize it type of thing.
Yeah, and I do think it would be really nice for Animal Kingdom to have a trackless ride system put into it, because we've got one now over in Epcot with Remy and Ratatouille attraction. So it'd be nice if Animal Kingdom just have something else.
Just join the team,
Gives you the ability to hit some aircon as well while you're queuing. True. I imagine a really immersive queue. Now, my second treatment and second suggestion is another attraction that in some ways is reminiscent of Primeval World, because it was a twirling coaster.
Right.
And this is Crush's Coaster.
Oh, no.
I love Crush's Coaster, which is a spinning roller coaster over at Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris. It's been there since 2007, and this ride system has not been replicated anywhere since its inception in that park. And I know it's based on Finding Nemo, and it's got the little Crush, the little green sea turtle, and it's a little bit of a journey where you're a little bit slow and you go outside for a little bit of fresh air and then you go back inside, and it's a very dark roller coaster. Goes up to about 37 miles per hour. So some people love it, some people hate it because they don't like the spinning, but it just means there's more rides for me.
I like the outside. I like the first bit. I was kind of surprised with it in that the first element where you go outside was towards the beginning of the ride. It was the inside in the dark that just kind of threw me off completely. I think, mind you, that might have been because I was sat next to Molly, who's got awfully long hair, and was very aware that her hair was flipping me and her dad, who was sat behind her, in the face all the time. So it was a bit of a weird one. Yeah.
Now, Finding Nemo is a very, very popular film franchise from Pixar. We have the revitalised stage show coming back to Animal Kingdom. So for me, putting in this exactly as it is in Paris would not make me upset at all.
No, it would be an easy one to do. In that, it's an existing ride with existing tech. They know what works. Surely it's a lift and drop scenario.
Absolutely. But they can also use that spinning technology on other things. But I just think that theme fits in so well to Animal Kingdom.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I've got my last final one for you, Jane.
Okay.
And this is basically another attraction that I absolutely adore. And it's the reworked version of California Screaming, which is the Coaster.
Okay.
Now, did you actually ride the Coaster in its original California screening type?
No, you're asking the person that doesn't like roller coasters, Michelle. Did I ride a really fast roller coaster? You think you know what the answer? I enjoyed watching Simon and the kids go on it.
55 miles per hour of screaminess, Jane.
I know, I'm a wimp. We all know that. Get over it. No, I haven't ridden it, Michelle. I have reports it's very cool.
It is incredibly cool. It originally opened on the 8th of February 2001 and it was reworked as part of Pixar Pier on the 23rd of June 2018. The original budget was 50 million.
Ouch.
Yeah, these things don't come cheap.
No.
However, it's the only roller coaster in the whole of the Disneyland Resort that has an inversion. It's 6,072 feet long, which means it's the world's largest inverting coaster.
Oh, didn't know that.
And it's 122 feet high, which also makes it the tallest attraction in any Disney park.
Ah.
So there's a lot of, plus points going for it. And I know you're probably going to say, but hang on, we've got Everest. Yeah, but what's up with putting another really high-end roller coaster into this park that's going to really challenge people? Because, over in Hollywood Studios, you have got Rock and Roller Coaster right next to Hollywood Tower of Terror, and both of these are fairly grown-up attractions. So there's no reason why you couldn't put this grown-up attraction in.
No, absolutely. I don't think that would be a reason not to. I mean, it is like you just alluded to, it's a very big ride. I'm not quite sure if there's capacity space-wise for it. I don't know.
They'd have to obviously think of a different theme because The Incredibles doesn't exactly go with the ethos of Animal Kingdom.
No. Yeah, so which IP could you plaster all over it would be the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's thinking of, what you can do. Well, if it's going into Dino Land, it could be escaping, a little trag through, running away from a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Velociraptor or something like that. I don't know. Or it could be a real animal type thing of modern day animals, such as something like 101 Dalmatians.
Maybe,
and it could be a bit of a journey running away from someone. It just has possibles of so many different types of attraction storytelling that could be brought in on this really cool, great basis.
It could, yeah. It wouldn't be my first choice.
Really?
Yeah, because obviously I'm not a big roller coaster guy, am I? So, I'm liking your Phantom Manor version personally. I think that would be that if I had to choose out of the three, I think that's where I would land my hat, so to speak.
I must admit, as much as I love Crush's Coaster and the Incredicoaster, I do think that would make the better fit into that park with some sort of mystery about it, and it would fit into the aesthetic better. Just a bit of reworking with the story. I'm up for that. So come on, Imagineers, it's now over to you. We want to see you do this for us because we're very excited about it.
But as with all of these things, we did say it first, so any credit, please, comes this way.
Yeah, can I have first ride? And can you have it ready for this August?
Oh, you're not wanting much at all, are you, Michelle?
Well, come on, let's be honest. I've been waiting for how many years for Tron?
Oh, well... Yeah, I mean, although progress is being made on that, the canopy's gone up and everything, so, it would be nice to think that's happening sooner rather than later. But...
On my 2018 trip where I met Kat and Lewis, we couldn't go on the choo-choo train because they were building Tron. In my 2019 trip, couldn't go on the choo-choo train because they were building Tron. And they've been working on it and working on it. It's going to be mammoth. It's going to take so much longer to have built one attraction than it did the entire park.
It's weird, isn't it? I think this is where sometimes Universal has the upper hand. They seem to not reveal too far in advance what they're doing, so that consequently rides appear quicker. I think we've talked about this before, and I think sometimes it's great announcing what you're going to be doing, but then if plans are scuppered for some reason, then you end up with a lot of disappointed people because things don't appear to be happening as quickly as you would have expected things to have happened.
But let's just
Which,
be honest here, Jane. They couldn't have kept Tron a secret because every time you went round the People Mover, you got to see a direct update on what's happening.
yeah,
And it'll be curious to know if anyone's been on the People Mover every day over the last 18 years where they've been building Tron and sort of charted a sort of like slow motion movie of how long it's taken and how it's evolved. It'd be really interesting.
yeah, there must be a time lapse little video in there somewhere for somebody, surely to goodness.
That's the word I was looking for, time lapse.
Oh, you see, I'm all up with the techie stuff, Michelle.
Yeah, and I'm techophobic. So, guys, what would you like to see in Dinoland USA? Have you got an attraction that you particularly love but would like it reworking and putting the ride system straight in there? I am sure our lovely friend Stephen Klamaska, he loves a bit of armchair imagineering. I'd love to hear what he'd love to do. Maybe he has got space for the Michelle Bird statue that he keeps promising's going into Disneyland Canada one day when he eventually builds it.
Who knows, eh? Who knows?
Yeah, I'd say stick in the Mary Poppins attraction that was meant to go into Epcot, but,
That's another one, isn't it? Is it or isn't it?
Well, it's on pause. And pause. And actually today, as of recording, my lovely friend John Sakari, bless his soul, is going to eat at the Rose and Crown in Epcot.
Is he now, bless him?
Yeah. I said, what do you want to do that for? He said, oh, I thought the food there was very good. I said, no, John, please, no. He said, well, what should I have that's good there? I said, maybe an alcoholic beverage, but other than that. He said, but the puddings, you told me puddings mean desserts. And I said, yeah, but sticky toffee pudding and trifle are best avoided.
Yeah, I think if you want some good English fare, you need to come over here for it, don't you, really?
Well, I am in a bit of a debate with him with regards to taking out somehow a sticky toffee pudding for him so he can enjoy the correct version rather than the Epcot one. But I did suggest a few items off the menu for him to see what he thought of them, and one of them was the good old Scotch egg, because not even Disney can mess up a Scotch egg, I hope.
I'm going to say, keeping fingers crossed as you say that, Michelle.
I know. We'll see. So I'll hear back from him and see what he's got to say on that. So, right, I think this is going to wrap up this week's show. Next week, I think we'll probably have a little bit of a focus on Disneyland Paris and a little bit of a chat about that. We also have upcoming an interview with Len Tester, where he's going to talk some stats and some info. No doubt we might just mention once or twice the Star Cruiser expedition that he's recently been on. We shall see. As always, you can find more exciting Disney content for us over on our Patreon channel. And this week we're going to be talking about what you should be riding if you go to Disneyland, if you're usually visiting Walt Disney World. So that's going to be a very interesting one. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at DisDreamGirls. You can also find more about the show on our website, DisneyDreamGirls.com. But until next week, it's a goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.